all original content intact. New baby confirmed. Nathan Cleary and Mary Fowler just announced name update of fourth baby. In a world that rushes to crown its heroes on the field, but forgets the quiet miracles waiting off it, what if the greatest legacy a champion like Nathan Cleary could ever build isn't measured in premierships, but in the tiny heartbeat that finally calls him dad? Sydney, December 15th, 2025. The summer sun dips low over the Cleary family home in Penrith, casting golden light through the windows of a nursery painted soft blue and green, like the colors of the jersey that made him immortal. Nathan Cleary, the man who has orchestrated dynasties and silent stadiums, sits on the edge of a wooden rocker, his calloused hands cradling a bundle no bigger than a rugby ball. Beside him, Mary Fowler, the Matildas' graceful storm, leans in with eyes still swollen from joyful tears, her fingers tracing the curve of a cheek that mirrors them both. This is no press conference, no highlight reel, just a simple Instagram post, timestamped 6:47 p.m., a black and white photo of three tiny hands, Nathan's, Mary's, and the newest, intertwined. The caption, our fourth little miracle, but the first of our own. Welcome home, Hudson James Cleary. Please share and subscribe for more sport talk content. For months, whispers had swirled like mist over the Nepean River. Mary's quiet withdrawal from Matilda's camp in November, chalked up to rest and recovery after a grueling season abroad. Nathan's uncharacteristic absences from Panthers' end-of-year functions, his phone lighting up with ultrasound shadows instead of game plans. The couple, who had danced around questions of family in podcasts and interviews, Mary dreaming of 2 or 3, then adoption, Nathan admitting in hushed tones he'd love nothing more than to see her as a mother, had kept this secret wrapped tighter than a game-winning spiral. The world knew them as powerhouses. Him, the ice-vein general who led Penrith to 4 straight titles. Her, the prodigy who lit up Manchester City and carried Australia's hopes on her back. But in stolen weekends between his rehab and her flights home, they had been building something fiercer than any origin clash, a family. 3 older siblings from blended lives, echoes of Nathan's brother Jet and Mary's siblings back in Cairns, had paved the way. Yet Hudson, born at dawn that very morning in a private Sydney hospital, was the bridge they chose to cross together. The announcement drops like a perfectly timed chip kick, and the internet catches fire. Within minutes, the post surges past 1 million likes. Comments flood in from the unlikely chorus. NRL legends like Cameron Smith typing, "Proud of you boys, now teach him the short kick early." Matilda's captain Sam Kerr adding heart emojis, and Auntie Kerr reporting for duty. Fans who once dissected their long-distance love story now weep openly, sharing their own tales of waiting, hoping, holding on. By evening, newsrooms scramble. Fox Sports runs a tribute reel, intercutting Hudson's first photo with clips of Nathan's grand final winners' medals, Mary's World Cup goals, proof that even warriors need a soft place to land. In Manchester pubs, City supporters raise pints to the Fowler-Cleary dynasty, while back in Penrith, local mums queue at the bakery for Hudson-inspired lamingtons, blue and green frosted. This isn't just celebrity news. It's a ripple through the heartland, where families like the Clearys, big, boisterous, bound by sport and soil, remind us that heritage isn't inherited. It's handed down in midnight feeds and first steps. The love that began in quiet cafes, survived oceans and injuries, now blooms in a crib's gentle rise and fall. Hudson James, named for the river that winds through their story, and the quiet strength of grandfathers long gone, becomes the symbol of what happens when 2 worlds collide, not in competition, but in creation. Social media becomes a tapestry of tenderness. Indigenous elders share stories of new life as the ultimate origin win, a fresh chapter in the dreaming. Young couples in regional towns, juggling footy training and fledgling dreams, message the pair, "You gave us permission to believe in both the game and the greater game." Even critics who once questioned their timing, their distance, fall silent, replaced by a collective exhale of grace. In living rooms from Bondi to Broome, screens glow with the photo, prompting fathers to hug sons a little tighter, mothers to whisper prayers for the next generation's soft landings. This moment deepens the cultural lore of Australian sport, where Clearys and Fowlers aren't just surnames, they're sagas of sacrifice and shine. Nathan, raised in the shadow of his father's coaching genius, always spoke of legacy as something earned on turf. Mary, the girl from the tropics who conquered Europe, saw it in community, in lifting others as she rose. Together, they redefine it, not in silverware, but in the sacred ordinary of family. It's a reminder that the roar of 80,000 at Suncorp pales against the whisper of a newborn's breath, that the thrill of a try-scorer's dive can't touch the depth of a parent's gaze. In the hush of that nursery, we glimpse what humanity craves most, not perfection, but presence. The sportsman who thrives under pressure learns that true clutch moments aren't scripted. They're sung in lullabies at 3 a.m. This fourth child, first of their union, whispers to every athlete watching, "Your greatest play isn't the one that wins the game. It's the one that welcomes new life into the team you call forever." It speaks to values etched in the Cleary Fowler Code: humility in victory, resilience in the long haul, love that bridges borders and builds homes. Hudson arrives not as an endpoint, but as a beginning, teaching his parents and us that legacy is alive, kicking, and utterly vulnerable. 3 days later, with the world still buzzing, Nathan and Mary sit for their first joint interview since the birth. No grand set, just the nursery corner, Hudson asleep in Mary's arms, Nathan's hand steady on her knee. The camera catches the exhaustion, the awe, the unbreakable bond. Nathan speaks first, voice thick with the weight of new worlds. "We've won everything together on the outside, trophies, tours, the roar of crowds. But this is the win that humbles you. Hudson's here because we chose each other, not the spotlight. And yeah, it scares me more than any grand final. But God, it's the best fear I've ever felt." Mary smiles, eyes tracing their son's face. "We talked about four for so long, blending our families, making room for more. But announcing him, sharing his name, it's like finally passing the ball to the kid who's been waiting on the wing his whole life. We're not perfect parents yet. We're just two people who love big, and now we get to love even bigger." Nathan nods, leaning in. The name, Hudson for the river that carried us through the distance. James for my pop, who taught me family is the real premiership. We're already dreaming of the day he picks up a ball or a boot or whatever calls him. But mostly, we just want him to know he's home. Mary adds softly, "And to every young couple out there, long distance or not, hold on. The waits make the arrivals sweeter. Hudson's our proof." The legacy of this quiet confirmation, this name etched in pixels and hearts, will echo far beyond the headlines that fade. It will live in the Little League sidelines where a dad named Nathan cheers a son named Hudson, in the Matildas camps where Mary's stories inspire a new wave of dreamers who prioritize heart over hustle. It's the emotion that binds us,